everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys two fall soup recipes. Well, a chili and a curry. I think both are fantastic for fall. They are really easy to make, and one is even something you can make in the Instant Pot. Well, I guess you can make the curry in the Instant Pot, but anyway, both of those recipes I am going to be just serving, just so you know, with some cooked jasmine rice. I just put it in my rice cooker, so that's what you're going to be seeing me serve with both of these. So they're really delicious, really easy, and I hope you give them a try. And if you do, don't forget to tag me on Instagram at GetSpit. So let's get into it. All right, everybody, so today I'm going to be showing you how I make my curry, and I'm going to be making it in this wok here. So the first thing that we're going to do is get the heat on, and we are going to heat up our curry paste with our coconut milk. Now I am using, for this whole thing, 1 can of light coconut milk. It's not going to focus, I don't think, but there we go. This is just regular light coconut milk. You can use not light if you want, but I'm trying to make this as friendly as we can for this. And then we're going to add some red curry paste. You just want to make sure that it doesn't have shrimp paste in it. Shrimp is very common in these, so you just want to make sure it's a spice blend. I find this at my local Asian market, and you can, of course, buy. There is a red it's a Thai kitchen company, and I'll put a picture right here that you can even find in Walmart. So I'm going to show you how much I'm going to add. About 4 tablespoons. Now we are adding a lot of veg to this, so you're going to want it pretty strong, in my opinion. If you don't want it as strong, you can use less, but you're just going to add this to your taste, and you can always add more later too. This is just the initial, just to get it mixed in before we add our veggies and start cooking it. So you want a nice deep color. This is spicy again, so you can use less, you can use more. It is up to you, but we'll do a taste test at the end to see how much we need. So we're just going to mix this in and let this come to a simmer. So while that's coming to a simmer, I'm going to show you what veg we're going to be using. So we're going to be using about 2 cups of broccoli. This was previously fresh that I froze myself. I've got some red, orange, yellow, like little mini sweet bell peppers I cut up. About 2 cups of cabbage. I prefer zucchini, but I had yellow squash, so we're going to use that. And then I've got these little bitty brown mushrooms. Here, I saved the package to show you. I'm using a whole pack of those. You can use any mushrooms or no mushrooms. These are just fresh little brown mushrooms. Again, I found from my local Asian market. So this is full of veggies. This is probably about 4 pounds of veggies. And then over here, we're also going to add 2 pretty medium-sized carrots cut up. And if you're wondering how I got the cute little ridges, I just have this peeler. So I just peeled the skin and then cut them into slices. And then a whole onion in some slices. This is going to cook down and become really sweet and delicious. Okay, so once this has come to a simmer, we are just going to literally add all of the vegetables in. It's a lot of veggies. This makes quite a bit. If you don't like curry this much, you can have this recipe, but I really like this. And it's pretty much straight veg, you know. Got a little bit of the coconut milk in there. Now what we're going to do is add soy milk. So I'm going to add soy milk to at least come about halfway up the veg. So I'm going to usually add about 3 cups of soy milk. And this is all going to cook down together. There we go. That's plenty. And the soy milk I am using is Westsoy. You're going to let these veggies cook in this until they're nice and soft. We're also going to add to this right now some Thai basil. And I'm just going to rip this into some big pieces, and that way people can pick it out. I really like Thai basil, so we're going to add that. Okay, and so I'm going to stir that in, and I'm just going to let this simmer until the veggies are done, and then I will show you from there. Okay, so I ended up adding about a tablespoon of more curry paste into the curry, and now I'm mixing 1 tablespoon of cornstarch with 2 tablespoons of water, and then we're going to mix that in. And This is going to thicken it just a bit. And I like this method because we're not adding any extra fat. Coconut cream is really good in this, but it's a lot of calories. So we're trying to keep this as clean as possible. Now you can add tofu in this. Tofu is really good. Fried tofu is what usually comes in it at the restaurant. So we're just gonna add in the cornstarch mixture. I've also added in about a teaspoon of salt. And then all you have to do is serve this over some rice and you're good to go. So I will show you what that looks like. I'm gonna let this cook down for maybe 3-4 more minutes. All right, so this is what it looks like when it's done, and I've just got a small serving here in this bowl. I like to top mine with some green onion and then a little squeeze of lime. That is just a preference. And then I'm serving it with some jasmine rice on the side. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start our chili. So this is just a 1/2 cup of dry black beans, 1/2 cup of dry red kidney beans, and 1/4 cup of dry pinto beans. You can absolutely use just a can of each. You can use any beans you like, but I have these, so I'm gonna use these. So we're actually gonna cook our beans first, and if you're using canned, you can just omit the step. We're gonna rinse these. I'm gonna put them in my Instant Pot on 40 minutes, high pressure, and let them cook. So for watering here, I'm gonna add enough water that the water comes from the top of the beans to right here, like my first knuckle on my finger. You can do this however you like. We are gonna drain most of this liquid anyway. It's just, it removes a lot of those molecules that can cause gas and things like that. So now we are going to just cook them like this. You can cook them in broth if you'd like to, some kind of veggie broth. You can season them. I'm actually just gonna cook them like this, and we're gonna season the chili as a whole. Okay, so I have drained the beans and I rinsed them off just a little bit, so now we're gonna add everything else in. So we're gonna add a can of crushed fire roasted tomatoes. This is a 14.5 ounce can. So we're gonna add some water, and I've just filled that can with water. Then we're gonna add 1 small container. This is 8 ounces of tomato sauce, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. We're going to add in a 1/2 cup of chopped onion, 1/2 cup of red lentils, 1 clove of garlic, cumin, essential in this. Next, you're going to add in about 2 teaspoons of cumin. You can add more or less based on your preference, of course. And we're going to salt this at the very end. I'm going to cook it and then I'm going to salt it. Quarter teaspoon of coriander, ground coriander, and then at least a tablespoon of chili powder. Again, you can add however much you like. And then we're gonna add some roasted corn, and I'm gonna add 1 cup of roasted corn. And you can put actual chilies in here if you'd like to. I like to put some on top when I'm serving it. So what we're gonna do is I'm not gonna pressurize this. I'm gonna go down to the saute option, and I'm just gonna put it on medium saute. And we're just gonna let this cook until everything fully comes together. If you like yours a little thinner, you can add more water, but I'm pretty good with it right here. All right, we're just gonna let that cook. Okay, so this is the chili when it's done. I like mine really thick. We like to eat this obviously by itself with some rice, but it's also really good on potatoes. You can use this chili for a lot of things. So you can of course make it thinner, but this is my thick, less soupy version of chili. That's good, you know, as a topping or just as is. You can put some cilantro on top. Also, you could put some sour cream. You could do homemade sour cream. I do the tofu sour cream if I'm in a pinch, but yeah, this is what it looks like. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said at the beginning, if you do try it, don't forget to tag me on Instagram, Gish Gets Fit. I would love to see you make these. They're really easy, they're a crowd pleaser, and they store really well in the fridge. They can store about 7 days in the fridge. I think the curry gets better the longer it sits, honestly. So yeah, that is it for today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.